पाकिस्तान की आज़ादी के साथ बरतानिया और पाकिस्तान के अच्छे ताल्लुकात का आगाज़ होता है। बरतानिया और पाकिस्तान के दरमियान शुरू दिन से ही जो खुशगवार सिफारती और समाजी ताल्लुकात भी कायम है और पाकिस्तान की बड़ी तादाद बरतानिया में ही आबाद है। नवंबर के महीने में बरतानवी बादशाह शाह चार्ल्स की सालगिरह का दिन बरतानिया का कौमी दिन समझा जाता है। किंग चार्ल्स की सालगिरह की तकरीबात का आगाज़ 14 नवंबर को 75 साल होने पर किया गया और इस साल किंग चार्ल्स की सालगिरह की तकरीबात माहौलियात और आबो हवा के मौजू के तहत मनाई जा रही हैं। किंग चार्ल्स ने प्रिंस ऑफ वेल्स की हैसियत से 2006 में पाकिस्तान का दौरा भी किया था। पाकिस्तान चूंकि हम देख रहे हैं कि इस वक्त बदतरीन मौसमियाती तब्दीलियों का सामना भी कर रहा है, इसी वजह से माहौलियाती तब्दीलियों की अहमियत को उजागर करने के लिए किंग चार्ल्स की सालगिरह की तकरीबात को मौसम से मुंसलिक किया गया है। पाकिस्तान के लिए बरतानवी हाई कमिश्नर जिन मैरिट CMGOB ने भी डिप्लोमेटिक इनक्लेव में अपनी रिहाइशगाह पर शाह चार्ल्स सोम की सालगिरह की पुरवकार तकरीब वहां पर मुनक्किद की गई और इस मौके पर उन्होंने ऐलान किया कि बरतानिया मौसमियाती तब्दीलियों से निपटने और पाकिस्तान में मौसमियाती लचक और मुवाफकत को बेहतर बनाने के लिए अपनी सरमायाकारी को भी दुगना कर रहा है। और आज हमारे लिए एजाज की बात है, हमारे साथ ब्रिटिश हाई कमीशन लाहौर ऑफिस की हेड मोहतरमा क्लारा स्ट्रैंडहॉज मौजूद हैं। उनसे इस हवाले से हम मजीद बात करेंगे। क्लारा, वी हैव यू हियर, वेलकम टू न्यू पाकिस्तान। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी वांट टू नो UK celebrates King Charles' birthday with climate event, so we want to know about that.
That's right. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
This week has been a really big week for the UK and Pakistan. We've been marking His Majesty the King's 75th birthday. So we've been having events in Islamabad on Tuesday, which was his official birthday. We had our event in Lahore last night and in Karachi this evening. And the King's birthday effectively doubles as our national day. And as you're saying, climate and the environment is absolutely at the heart of those events because that's something that is really important to the King, but also really important to the UK's work here in Pakistan.
And it affects badly Pakistan.
Absolutely. Pakistan is the world's 8th most climate vulnerable country. It's absolutely critical that we take climate action now, and it's very much at the top of our priority list here as the UK. I also want to note that, of course, we're holding these events against the backdrop of the tragic loss of life that's happening in the Middle East and in Ukraine and elsewhere. And our events were toned down as a result, but the fundamental factor is climate change is urgent. We can't really wait to tackle it. So the centrality of the environment and climate to these events meant we needed to push on.
You're right that it's very urgent, and we really want to know that the King takes a personal interest in climate change as well.
That's right. I mean, His Majesty was talking about climate change before it was cool, really. He made his first remarks on the environment in 1968, which was 7 years before the words global warming was even coined, and before our time, certainly before most people have been talking about that. So he's been talking the talk, and he also walks the walk. He has installed solar panels in his estates. He practices organic farming. He carbon offsets his flights, but he's also passed his love of the issues and his passion for the issues to his family. So the Prince of Wales, Prince William, he has founded the Earthshot Prize, which is a global initiative to identify, promote and support innovative solutions to climate change problems. The most recent one was held last week in Singapore, and you know, entries from around the world are welcome, and we'd love to see some more Pakistan bids for next year. So yes, it's right at the center of his priority list.
You're right that we all have to take part in that individually as well. So Britain announced to increase its investment in Pakistan to deal with the environmental crisis. Tell us the roadmap. How would they do that?
That's right. So as of next year, we are doubling our overall development portfolio in Pakistan as compared to this year, and that includes a doubling of climate investment. So that's across projects that help with adaptation. So that's about dealing with the impacts of climate change that are already here. Obviously, we had the horrific floods last year.
Yes.
Pakistan is already aware that climate change is real, it is happening, it is urgent. But it's also looking at climate finance. That's a really important part of this, because if Pakistan can't access the resources to help tackle climate change, that's a problem. So as part of our priorities as the UK, we're working to support climate investment and trying to help Pakistan attract that investment and bring in the private sector, crucially, to help tackle climate change.
And in September, we have seen the UK pledged $2 billion to Green Climate Fund, and Pakistan is also a beneficiary of that.
That's right, absolutely. Pakistan is a beneficiary of that. So we're supporting both at the global level and directly here in Pakistan. We also have our Climate Finance Accelerator program here, and that's again about identifying Pakistan-based organizations that are looking at those innovative, creative solutions to climate change problems. We're going to help give them technical support so that they can draw in investment and really realize those projects.
Okay, so whatever help will be given in this regard will be in the form of various programs, or how they will do that?
That's right. So it's programs. It's working with the private sector. It's working with the government. We're in very close touch with the government on these issues, and it's really about also building awareness. I mean, here in Lahore, obviously everyone is talking about the smog. That's a big environmental challenge that we're looking at maybe exploring how we can address as well. But at the fundamental level, it's about taking these issues very seriously, because the time is now. We don't really have time to wait.
And we are seeing that a lot of things are happening nowadays. CGS is coming, military artillery band is coming, and a polo match is going to be held in Lahore as well.
That's correct. So this weekend we have the British Army polo team here in Lahore. They've come all the way from the UK to play the Pakistani team. They're also going to be supported, as you say, by the band of the Honorary Artillery Company. The band also played at our King's Birthday events over the last few days, and I heard them last night. They have learnt to play Pasuri, which was such great fun to listen to, such a brilliant song that I'm sure all of us have listened to a million times over the last year, but played by a big brass and wind section. Yeah, I really hope people enjoy that.
And that's what we are going to show our people as well. एक जो मिलिट्री आर्टरी बैंड की जानिब से हम देख रहे हैं, पसूड़ी गाने की एक जो वो धुन तैयार की गई है, वो आपके साथ भी शेयर करते हैं, फिर दोबारा गुफ्तगू का आगाज करेंगे. So Clara, this is very surprising for us that your military band is doing this for us.
Yeah, well, obviously they come to Pakistan, they've got to play a modern classic. I know there were a lot of us in the team when they were thinking about which songs they could learn. I was one of the people going, please learn Pasuri, learn Pasuri.
Okay, so you're a fan of Pasuri as well.
Absolutely, and the whole Coke studio setup I think is absolutely fantastic. I was listening to that before I came out to Pakistan.
And we have seen a lot of people abroad that they are singing Pasuri as well.
Yes, absolutely. I think the whole High Commission team, we were bopping along, and our guests last night were really enjoying it.
Okay, so you can sing that?
Pasuri, I would love to say I could sing it. I can hum along to it, but I'm afraid my Punjabi is not quite there.
Okay, so you're trying to learn some Urdu or Punjabi words?
Yes, I mean, I know the odd word here or there. I really want to start lessons. I'm afraid that work here in Pakistan has been so, we've had so much on that I've struggled to find the time, but I'm still very keen to learn more and more.
Okay, so what's your favorite place in Lahore?
My favorite place in Lahore? Goodness, that's a good question. I mean, I obviously love going to the old city because it's so beautiful.
What city?
Whenever I have visitors, I show them because there's this incredible history. But I mainly love Lahore because of the people, and I've said this before and I will say it again. I have never met the hospitality and the generosity that I have met here in Lahore and in Pakistan.
We are famous in that. So everyone said Lahore, Lahore hai.
Lahore, Lahore hai. I know that one.
Okay. So what's your favorite dish of Lahore?
You know, I've been asked this before. I've actually been mostly overwhelmed by the desserts. I love gulab jamun. If it wasn't so...
My favorite too.
It's not great for the waistline, but every now and then I would have that every day if I could.
But you can have them in moderation.
In moderation, like with everything.
Okay, so how's your going in Lahore? How do you find Lahore?
I really enjoy it. I mean, it's such a bustling city. Obviously, there is so much going on all the time, and there's a thriving art scene as well, which I'm really enjoying. I'm looking forward to the literary festival when that happens, and the Biennale. Yes, it's wonderful. At the moment, obviously, it's a little bit challenging with the smog. We're all trying to deal with that, and I think it's really important that we look at that as an issue and deal with the transport sector, as we know is the primary primary contributor to that. But I really enjoy living here, and people have been so kind to me.
Have you been to other cities as well?
That's right. I mean, I visit Islamabad fairly frequently because that is where the rest of the High Commission team is. I visited Karachi, I've been up to Murray and Natia Gali, Faisalabad. I'm hoping to visit Multan in the new year.
Okay, that's great. So let's talk about again UK and Pakistan relationship. As we all know that there are 1.5 million Pakistanis who are living in UK, which shows how important UK is for Pakistanis. So how you see the Pak-Britain relation?
It's such a broad relationship. As you say, we have 1.5 million Pakistanis, or people with Pakistani heritage in the UK. We have 100,000 British nationals in Pakistan. We have the strong historical ties, but it's also a real relationship that I think is built on respect and true shared and mutual understanding. And our work here as the UK is extremely broad. We obviously, I think, have a fairly well-known development offer. We've been working in the development space for a very long time. In Punjab in particular, I think we're known for our work in the education sector. We're also working to build our trade relationship. Our new High Commissioner, she wants to triple the trade that is done between the UK and Pakistan, so that's really central as well. And of course our defence relationship with the Polo team, visiting our Chief of General Staff, Sir Patrick Sanders, as you mentioned earlier, that's also a real pillar of the relationship. So we really work together across the full gamut.
Okay, and as we all know that education plays an important part in our shared relationship. A large number of Pakistani students are studying in UK, and Pakistani students, do you think they can get more benefits if relaxation in visa policy for Pakistani students only?
I mean, we're always keen to get Pakistani students come to the UK, and I know that sometimes the visa rules are changed here and there, but fundamentally we have so many Pakistanis coming to the UK, and here in the to study, and here in Lahore every other day I meet someone who says, yes, I studied at King's College or at LSE or SOAS or a lot of the London universities in particular. We also have our Achieving programme, which is all about identifying future leaders and giving them a fully funded master's programme in the UK. They can apply to a university of their choice, and we as the UK government fund that. So we're really, really excited to bring Pakistani students over to the UK.
Okay, so any messages you want to give to our Pakistani people?
Just thank you so much for welcoming me, and I really hope that our bilateral relationship continues to get stronger and stronger.
Okay, and regarding King's birthday celebration as well?
Well, it's been wonderful, the last two events we've hosted. I hope the one in Karachi goes well this evening. And really the primary message we want to put out there is that climate change is something we all need to be taking very, very seriously, and that's certainly something that the UK is doing here in Pakistan.
Okay, thank you so much, Head of Lahore Office UK, Ms. Clara Strandhoj was with us. Thank you so much for your time.